Hello, my name is Bob Willis and welcome to this book review video. Periodically we take different books that have just been released in the industry and provide you a review of some of the contents, looking at technology, looking at manufacturing, process engineering, etc. We hope that these short reviews plus our top 10 guide to the best books that are available in the industry for electronic manufacture help you in your own activity. Recently introduced is a manual on SMT Manufacture, and it's produced by Jim Hall or James Hall, Professor Ronald Lasky and Catherine Hickley and Jennifer Tate. Now they've combined to produce a manual which covers each stage in the manufacturing process using SMT. It's illustrated with photographs, diagrams and also formulas. It's also partly been used as part of a training material that's used for the SMT certification course. You'll find it quite an economic book, and I think quite worthwhile as a reference. It's probably more for the newer engineer. It's priced at approximately $59 and available from the SMTA. It's got 85 pages. My only criticism perhaps was it could do with some better illustrations in the publication. Now, one of the features of SMTA International is power and high temperature electronics. And to coincide with this particular feature at SMTA International, we've introduced a couple of new products. One is a series of wall charts and quality control on high temperature manufacture. Now here we show an example of the new photo CD, which is packed full of photographs on high temperature manufacture. The wall charts can be used as an illustration in manufacture to both what's good and bad or defective in terms of inspection and quality control for joints. Of course, with high temperature materials, we're talking generally above the temperatures associated with lead-free technology. Both the CD-ROM and the posters are available from the SMT bookstore. Now, many of you know that I'm really into scuba diving, and you might think, well, why have a scuba diving book featured on a review of new technical manufacturing books? Well, more recently, the introduction of certain very small, very high definition cameras have used advanced SMT. As you see behind me, this particular product, a GoPro, uses area array technology. It uses some of the smallest of surface mount components on both rigid and flexible substrates. The area array packages feature the use of underfill materials. Well, it's to prevent us clumsy divers damaging these very delicate products. So if you're interested in diving, you're interested in technology, then you may well be interested in a recent book by Goodman. And Jeff is an experienced diver and also video photographer. And he's been involved with the BBC and other wildlife productions. And this particular book steps you through the use of video underwater, talking about all the different aspects you need to consider. He emphasizes, perhaps more from a production point of view, the need to prepare, the need to write a script, and also the editing of the video afterwards, because if you have good material, then it makes the editing a lot easier. I have the pleasure of attending one of his workshops on video photography and editing, and I'm looking forward to that immensely. Now, a couple of other publications which have been released or have been around for a little while. One is a guide to cleaning and contamination defects. It's one of a series of documents that has been produced by Global SMT magazine. Now you can get each of these publications via Global SMT magazine. They're approximately 30 to 40 pages and cover different aspects of technology. The particular guide I produced, which was the first one, is all about process defects. There are photographs and examples of how defects occur and hopefully how to overcome them. Another publication, which in this particular case is free to download, is a defect guide specifically on conformal coating. Now I put this document together. It's about 30-35 pages. Again, it's free to download. And I put it together as part of a project I was running in the UK at an exhibition where we put together a cleaning and conformal coating production feature, similar to the one I put together at Productronica. So this publication is available and it was released this year, and if you're interested you can get a copy of it by dropping me an email. Now, it's worthy of note that a brand new copy of the IPC 610 has just been released. Now, it's been updated in a number of different areas, a lot more illustration for some particular topics, and of course if you are working to IPC standards, which generally speaking the majority of the industry does, then you should update your copy. I guess my only criticism is that there is not enough on area array packages. I still believe there's an opportunity there to provide some better inspection criteria, both for X-ray and optical inspection on BGA, and of course on some of the other packages associated with area array. Again, I would perhaps say the conformal coating again. I think there was an opportunity again to expand on that, and with the growth and interest in conformal coating, I think that it would have been an opportune. Hopefully the committees will look at these particular areas in the not too distant future. Now, Mass Capitalisation, a blueprint for revival written by Apek Mulay, is generally not something that perhaps I would have picked up at first hand. But it's interesting when you sit down and start to read through, it takes you on a journey on how the growth of the semiconductor industry improved product, innovation, and also profitability. But also now with incredible globalization of production and also manufacturing and design, how reshoring or backshoring, as he refers to it, might actually help the industry regenerate itself and also regenerate positions, jobs in the industry in the US. It also suggests that the necessity for tax supports in different areas, and perhaps setting up manufacturing in rural areas to take advantage of those tax breaks. He also picks up on counterfeiting being an issue, and of course we all know that is the case, and makes some suggestions on how changing the way in which business is done might improve that situation. The key thing, obviously, it does need government support and obviously needs new legislation, which is something I shy away from talking about. But again, there will obviously be comments, positive and negatives, on his views, but it's quite an interesting story through the industry and also some of the benefits that can occur. It's approximately 220 pages. It's in quite large font, so don't be put off on the size of the book. It's illustrated with diagrams and figures and stacks of reference sources. It's around $30, so it's a very good publication to consider, and certainly it will while away 2 or 3 hours on a plane.